Hi, Free Up friends. Welcome to part 6. You did it. So let's review quickly. Step 1, we went over the storyline and the theme. Step 2, we did the story development. Step 3, we did the character development. Then we got to step 4 and we did our illustration map. Step 5, we did our draft. And now we are at step 6 and it is time for the performance. I am so excited. So the name of this series was Oral Storytelling with Pictures. So let's consider the tradition of oral storytelling. These are stories that people are telling from their minds, from their hearts. And it's usually a story that sort of leaves the audience with some sort of lesson that they learn at the end. Our twist on it is that we created oral storytelling with pictures. We added words to those pictures, so it made it feel like we were creating a book. So we did so many things in one. We're pretty much authors and illustrators now, right? Pat yourself on the back, give yourself a hug, and a big clap. What you're going to do is you're going to read your stories and you're going to get familiar with the words. And eventually, you won't need to look at the words. You'll just show your pictures and tell your story from memory. And then you could take away the images because you'll be so well versed in your story and you'll learn how to perform your story that you wouldn't even need the images to entice your audience. They'll just love the way you perform, okay? That's the exciting part about it. So, let's get to the performance part. A few tips for you. Make sure that you deliver your story with a lot of expression and feeling. You can use your body, you can use your facial expression to also show the feelings and the thoughts as you tell the story. Now, we're going to use our pictures and our words, but try not to look. Kind of take a look at the image and try to remember what part of the story you're speaking of instead of reading it like a book. Now, at the very end, you can bind the pages together so that you do have a book. So not only do you have a book with images and words, but then you'll also have the story in your head and you can tell the story to anyone. Are you ready to hear about Little P's adventure? Let's go. Little P's Adventure by Chanel. Little P was at home with Mama P. Little P was looking out the window and decided that he was going to go on a walk around the neighborhood and look for everything that began with the letter P. Mama said, okay, that's a cool idea, but make sure you pay attention. So here's Little P leaving the house, and Mama P is telling Little P, pay attention. And Little P says, okay. First, Little P sees the postal workers at the post office. Little P keeps walking along. Then Little P sees a puppy playing in a puddle. How precious. Then Little P passes by the marketplace and looks in the produce section and sees a yummy pear right next to a juicy pineapple. Little P looks up and notices a poster with a peace sign on a pole. Now, Little P is having so much fun and definitely not paying attention. Little P gets distracted because he sees his reflection on the cars that are parked on the street. So he starts to play with his reflection. All of a sudden, Little P hears a loud horn. It startled him. So the horn blew, and Little P realized he was at the port where the ships come in. That means that Little P was very, very far away from home. He was not paying attention. So Little P started to cry. because he knew that he was far, far away. Now Little P sat for a while and he cried and he cried. And all of a sudden, someone came and he heard a voice. And the voice was a familiar one. And guess who it was? It was Papa P. Little P, what are you doing at the port? Well, I was having so much fun. I waved at the postal workers at the post office. I saw a puppy playing in a puddle. I saw a pear and a pineapple in the produce section at the marketplace. I saw a poster with a peace sign on a tall pole. And then I saw my reflection in the cars that were parked on the street. And then I heard a horn and I ended up at the port. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Papa P said, "Okay, let's go home. That's all right, but next time, please remember to pay attention." The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. Thank you so much for your participation and your good listening ears. So, the lesson we learned there, make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. And Little P was a little P walking around his own neighborhood, but usually we know we want to walk with adults or with a person that we know that we are safe with. Okay, but in this story, we know Little P was walking around alone. He found all the things that began with P, and then he happened to run into Papa P when he got lost. So we are thankful that Papa P found him and they were able to walk home together. Now, you try at home to share your stories with your family members and friends. You can even record yourself so you could see how well you perform. I hope you enjoyed and look out for more fun activities with Chanel. Take care, be well, and free up.